guys, welcome back to Single Chef. I'm Matt Skollar. I'm your classic single guy with the classic single guy fridge and ingredients. The difference is I know how to use these items simply and quickly to create a tasty meal you can't mess up. So good that even a beautiful woman will be impressed. But if you can't take my word for it, you can't not take our lovely Lily's word for it. Right, Lily?
That's right, Matt. I'm going to try that food and tell it like it is.
Awesome.
So, what are you cooking tonight?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Tonight, guys, I'm very, very excited to cook something that is just a staple in my diet when I lived in New York City, which was for a very long time, which is where I'm from. It's a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll, New York style, with the single chef flair, which I'm going to show you what that is. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're also going to do a side of home fries as well.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Breakfast for dinner, serve it to me any night of the week.
Right on. I like that attitude. Let me ask you a question. So I know you're a Southern California girl.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very New York thing. Is this something that you have experience with or you enjoy or that, you know, because I don't think it's as available out here as it is in New York.
I mean, I don't eat bacon, egg, and cheese a lot other than, I mean, I know all the fast food, McDonald's, they all sell their version of it,
Right.
and I don't really eat that. But in high school and early years high school and in middle school, we had a roach coach, like just your average food truck that would come to school every day during nutrition and lunch. And they had a killer bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel sandwich.
On a bagel, all right.
On a bagel. And I hate to say it, became kind of a bad habit, like an everyday kind of thing. But I haven't had it in a while, so I'm excited. All
right, well, I don't know why they call it a roach coach or why they call it during nutrition. It's not the most nutritious meal, but actually ours is going to be a healthier, healthier version of the bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll, and I'll show you what I mean by that. But if you're starving, which I am, let's get the show on the road.
Great.
Let's cook. All right. So, like I said, I'm doing my bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll. I'm also going to do some home fries, single chef style. So what I'm going to start with is this onion, which I'm going to cut. And you may or may not be able to hear in the background some noise there. What that is, okay, you guys can hear that. Those are my potatoes. I have red potatoes, which are smaller and a little more tender. And then I'm microwaving them for about 3 minutes and 50 seconds to get them soft. So that's when I'm going to cut them and put them in our pan. Otherwise, I'd have to boil them, which takes a while. You can do that as well, but for time's sake, this is a lot easier, and it works just as well. So those will be done in a minute. I'm going to chop my onions. We're going to season our potatoes, and we're just going to let those cook, and then we'll get on to some sandwiches. Now, as always, guys, before I get started and get ahead of myself, we'll be using our 10 single chef ingredients. Let me go over that list with you again real quick. We've got Worcestershire sauce and soy sauce. I've got mustard and ketchup. Every single dude out there has got mustard and ketchup in your fridge, I hope. I've got my hot sauce, salt and pepper, canola oil, and garlic powder. Plus what I shop for. Guys, this is like something, oh, there we go. Potatoes are ready. Okay, what I shop for today was I've got a dozen eggs, I got a couple of rolls, some cheese, and instead of regular bacon, I'm going to make this a little healthier tonight. I'm going to go with veggie bacon. That's Morningstar veggie bacon. And that is, guys, if you've never tried it, I'm serious, go out and get it because it tastes just like the real thing, only it's a lot, less fattening, less bad for your heart, cholesterol, and all that stuff. And also, we got some hot sauce here. I think we got some fellas from Slap Your Mama, which is a great hot sauce company down in Louisiana. So welcome to the show tonight. I'm glad you guys are watching. We definitely would love to use your Slap Your Mom in an episode, so let us know what you think. All right, so let me finish with our cutting here. And as always, Lily's holding it down online live, so if you have any questions for us here on Single Chef, go ahead and ask Lily. She'll pass them on to me. Just don't try and stump me with crazy questions like, where's garlic powder invented? Because I don't know. All right, so I want to get these things rolling, so let me take my potatoes out. And usually with these size potatoes, I'm going to show you here on this camera, it takes about like 3 to 4 minutes to cook those or to warm them up so they're nice and soft so you can cut them. So let's see if my theory is correct. All right, so, yep, perfect, perfect. I'm going to cut these here. Holy cow, that's hot. I gotta remember that things are really hot when you warm them up.
It's steam. You can see it from across the room.
Yeah. They're volcanic.
That's what it looks like.
And I will need some Neosporin after the show. Neosporin it's what works for cuts and abrasions. All right, so as you can see, guys, I'm slicing these up really thin, and these are going to get seasoned really simply. I'm going to show you here in a second. I already have my pans nice and warm. I've got a skillet, and someone's at the door at theroomlive.com, and we're going to let them in and see what they want. Okay, so let me bring my pan over here so I can just scoop this stuff in and get this stuff on the road. And I'm going to take this pan right here. I'm going to throw a little bit of our canola oil in there. First, I have to open the canola oil. Again, if you've never watched the show, we do this thing live, so, you know, we have a little glitch here and there. I'm going to put just a little bit of canola oil to coat the bottom. I don't need too much. If I need more, if the potatoes have absorbed it, I'll put more. Okay, so potatoes. And you're going to hear that already going to start to, obviously you can probably hear that. And then onions. Okay, I'm going to throw a little bit of garlic powder on there just to coat the top. I'm going to put a little bit of kosher salt on there. That's what I'm using today. You can use regular salt if you want, which I normally use as well. I've got some black pepper. I'm just going to crack some pepper on there. Okay, I'm going to throw a little bit of Louisiana hot sauce on there. And I have a little paprika that I found back here. If you don't have paprika, it's all right. You don't need it, but it adds a little bit of nice flavor to your potatoes. So I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to mix that up and just let that cook. So while I'm doing that, Lily, do we have any questions from the audience?
As a matter of fact, we do.
Awesome. Let's hear.
Our first one is from our friend Toby, who will hopefully join us here in the kitchen in the coming weeks.
Who's it from?
Toby.
Oh, hey, Toby.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
So Toby wants to know what makes this dish New York style as opposed to LA style?
Ah, that's a great question, Toby. Well, I'm from New York originally, and, ooh, I forgot potato. Let me throw that in there. And basically in New York City, if you've ever lived there, if you've ever been there, you'll know that there's a ton of what we call delis. These are little shops where you go in, you can buy, you know, whatever stuff you didn't get at the supermarket. Or there's also a lot of diners. And in any one of these delis, in the morning up until like noontime, sometimes they'll do it all day. They have a guy on a griddle that you go in, you go bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll. They go, 2 eggs or 1? I go, 2 eggs. I go, that was my New York accent. That wasn't even a New York accent. That was an immigrant New York accent. I'm going to stop before I get in trouble. All right, anyway, so I go in there, I mean, at least 3 times a day, any spot, you know, on my way to work or wherever. Sometimes it's like a nifty hangover remedy. If you've had a few too many drinks last night, the one thing that sets me back to normal is a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll. So like I said, they're everywhere in New York. Now, I've lived out here in LA for a while, and I've noticed that there aren't delis on every corner out here, nor are there places that serve bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll across the boards. Every now and then I'll find a place. So this is my my homage to my New York breakfast, my staple breakfast, which I've been craving lately, and that's why I'm making it, and I'm showing you guys how easy it is. So great question, Toby. Appreciate it. While those are cooking, I'm going to start real quick. This is going to be the single chef flair that I'm going to add to it. This is something that they don't do in New York, but this is something I like to add to my bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. It's going to be a little mayo aioli. And what makes it an aioli is, just going to put some mayonnaise. Going to put that's enough for I'm making 3 sandwiches. That's enough for 3 sandwiches. Put that aside. I have a lemon that I bought. I'm going to cut that and squeeze some fresh lemon in there. Great question, Toby. Appreciate it, buddy, and we'll look forward to having you on the show next week. Okay, so I'm squeezing some lemon here. And basically, you know, mayonnaise obviously is a great base. It's a salad dressing base. So this is like a little variant on a salad dressing, if you will. And I'm going to put a little bit of garlic in there, maybe just a teaspoon. I don't really measure that much. It's kind of how I feel that day. And this is what I'm feeling right there. Okay, and a little hot sauce. Again, we're going to use our hot sauce. And I'm just going to stir that up, see what that tastes like before we move on.
While you're stirring, we've got some more questions.
Absolutely. Lay it on me.
All right. Camille M. wants to know, does the type of potato you use matter?
Yeah, it does. I mean, I prefer these the red potatoes because, like I said, they're tender. They have a little bit of sweetness to them. They don't take as long to cook. But you know, this is what I prefer for my breakfast. A good Yukon Gold potato is you know, got a different texture and different taste. But if you're going to make this and you've never made it before, start out with this, and then you can work your way up the ladder to the Yukon Gold. All right, let's give this a little taste. Needs something a little sweet. Needs a little sweetness. So I'm going to add a little bit of ketchup. And if you never knew what's in Thousand Island dressing, which is not what I'm making, which is one of our single chef ingredients, which I realize is missing. It's in the fridge. Basically, it's mayo, ketchup, and relish. And you can throw a little bit of spices in there. So I'm going to just add a little bit of ketchup, not much. And a lot of people like ketchup with their eggs. I'm not one of those people. But this will satisfy your little ketchup craving if you do like ketchup with your eggs. And let's give this... Perfect. Awesome. Okay, so our aioli's ready. Let's give our potatoes a quick stir, and then we'll start with our sandwiches.
Wow, these questions are just coming in left and right.
More questions.
Yeah,
all right.
just let me know whenever you have a minute.
I have a minute.
Great.
What do we got?
All right.
I'm going to turn up the heat just a little bit on these potatoes because I want these to sizzle. And just speaking of heat, sorry, Lily, it's really hot in the room today. The air conditioning's broken, and it's like 90 degrees out, and we're cooking. So kind of reminds me of New York City in the summertime when you have no AC, which that was like a lot of my experience as a young guy in New York City. So I feel really comfortable. But if I start schwitzing a little bit, you know why. All right, what's the question?
All right, our first is from Summer1145.
Summer lovin' had me. All right, what's the question? Sorry.
All right, she says, I'm always confused about what eggs to buy, brown or white. Does it make a difference?
I don't think it makes that much of a difference, guys, to be honest with you. It's kind of a preference. It's a preference. If you have a preference for white or if you have a preference for brown, it's a preference thing. I don't think there's too much of a difference in flavor. However, what I would recommend is that if you can, you get the cage-free, you know, eggs that don't have the antibiotics and all that stuff, because you really will taste the difference whether it's a brown egg or a white egg. But great question. It's kind of a preference. But I appreciate the question. Let's get our bacon going. I'm going to utilize our microwave again. And I don't cook with a microwave. I usually use it to warm up. But what you can do with fake bacon, or what you do with real bacon, is you lay it out on a plate. And I'll show you right here. I've got a plate here. I'm going to lay out some strips of bacon. We'll put about, I don't know, 8 strips, 9 strips. We'll put as many as we can on this plate. You cover it. You put paper towel on the bottom, and then you cover it with paper towel, and you cook it in there for about 3 minutes, depending on your microwave. And I tell you what, you'll see, it makes it crispy. It absorbs any grease. Like, you could do this with real bacon as well, and it's ready to go. It's ready to eat. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's put one more slice on there. Perfect. And we're going to cover this with another sheet and throw it in the microwave. What about you, Lily? Do you prefer white eggs, brown eggs? Does it matter? Because, I mean, for me, it doesn't really matter.
You know what they do? No, it doesn't matter to me. I don't even know what I generally buy at the market.
Well, I've given you something to think about. Excellent.
I don't know what my preference is.
Yeah. You know, honestly, I don't think there's really much of a difference in flavor, to be honest. All right, I think we have some excess bacon, so I'll wrap this up later and I'll throw it in the fridge and we'll use that again for another breakfast. Now, the art of the bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll. First, we got a roll. We're going to slice our rolls. I'm making 3 of these today. And just so you know, guys, I mean, I went shopping before the show. I have enough to make 3 or 4 of these. I'm only making 3 on the show, but really, for yourself, or if you want to do it for somebody else, it costs $10 or less. So it's a real economical choice, if you will, and it really will satisfy your flavor or your hunger. So we got our rolls, okay. We don't even really need to do anything with these rolls because that's how they do it in New York. They don't even like cook them or anything because these are really fresh. So the next thing we do, I'm going to make these individually on our skillet. So I'm going to crack 2 eggs per sandwich because 1 egg just ain't satisfying enough. Not for me. Okay. Oh, one thing real quick. Let me show you guys something. I have a little bit of milk here. It's actually half and half. Let me make sure it's good. Oh my God. No, I'm just kidding. It's good. All right. I'm just going to put a pinch in the eggs. It gives it a little bit of fluffiness and just like, it just adds something to the eggs. You want to scramble them up really, really good. I'm going to show you guys here. Okay. You want to make sure that the yolk and the white are all mixed in really nicely. Okay. So that's it. You can add a little bit of salt and pepper. I'm just putting a little bit because this stuff's strong. A little bit of pepper. Okay, and let's make one of these bad boys. I'm gonna put a little bit of Pam. I have a little nonstick Pam. You can use oil, you can use butter. I have some of this, so I'm gonna use this. I'm just gonna spray it on the skillet. And voila. Just like back home, baby. Now while that's cooking, first things first, this is gonna cook really fast, so I'm gonna add my cheese to it, okay? Just throw the cheese in the middle and start working that egg. You want to work it all sort of in the center, so it's all kind of like a strip of egg. Okay, so it doesn't get away from us. We don't need it to fill up the whole pan. Okay, real quickly, I'm going to start my other one. Obviously, this is something you could do really quick, and that's how I like to cook, fast and furious. You know what I mean? I don't have a lot of time to sit in the kitchen all day and cook. If I did, well, then my show would be called something else. Okay. All right.
Fast and furious.
Fast and furious. That's the way I cook.
I like it.
On the run, baby. And I want to show you guys how to do the same thing. All right, so let's put our second course in there. Immediately it's going to start to marry with the other one, but we'll just pull it aside. Just like that. And we're making another mess, which I will clean up later. Oh, good, our bacon's done, so I can stop screaming. All right, so first of all, this one, that'll make it. All right,
yikes.
Put the cheese on there. What's up?
It's quite the mess.
I know. I'm not the neatest guy in the world, but I need a good woman out there to show me, you know, how to be a little neater, so I won't be single forever. All right, I'll show you real quick. I'm gonna grab this. Oh my God, that is really a mess.
It smells so good in here.
It's still going to eat the same. See, look, guys. Let me show you on camera here. So we got a nice browning on that egg. I'm just going to fold it over a couple of times, and we'll do the same with this one. We're just going to let that cook, and we're going to do one more after this. All right, see how that cheese is melting? And that's American cheese, guys. Made in America. I'm a patriot when I cook. All righty. We'll put that. That's going to be our first sandwich. Okay.
Yum.
Let's let this cook. Let's check our bacon. But first, let's check on, oh yeah, potatoes. Nice and brown. Let me see, can you guys see that on camera, Matt? Okay, so those are getting nice and crispy and brown. That's just the way I want them. So let's cover those and let them cook some more. I'm gonna turn that up because I want that to get really hot. Okay, bacon. All right, oh yeah. That's really hot. Oh my gosh. Guys, get yourself a towel to pick this stuff up. I forget and I burn myself constantly. I'm telling you. It's not that funny, really. I don't appreciate you laughing. All right, as you can see, thanks, Lily.
I laugh because I understand.
I know, I'm just kidding. I love it. Here we go. This bacon is very crispy. It's perfectly done. If you like crispy bacon, I'm telling you guys, try this Morningstar bacon. It's freaking good. And I'm not like a vegetarian, you know, anti or whatever, but I'm telling you, it's really good. All right.
It smells so good in here, too. Like, my stomach is rumbling and grumbling right now.
Well, that would stink if it smelled like crap, so I'm glad it smells good. Let's do another sandwich here. No, it does smell good. It smells like breakfast. And we'll put a little more Pam on there, and we're gonna do one more sandwich. So
I know you have a lot going on, but we have questions. But please continue with.
Oh no, I'm ready to take a question. I'm going to make one more. What's our question?
All right. Oh, you want one more question?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Let me figure out.
Okay.
Got a lot. So.
Okay.
How about two? Will you take two?
2 questions.
Yeah.
What is this, an auction? Sure, I'll take 2.
Oh. All right.
Is it are they related? Let's kill the suspense. What are the questions?
All right, Toby has another question.
Toby.
All right, Toby wants to know, can you scramble the eggs, or is it better to do it in strips?
Scramble the eggs. Well, these are sort of like a scrambled eggs. I whip them together, and so they're more like, it's more like a fried egg. So yeah, no, it's better to do it this way for the sandwich. As you can see, you can fold it easier. If it was scrambled, it would be fluffier. And let me put some bacon on that. So yeah, I would prefer, the way I'm doing it, Toby, check it out at home. Try it this way. I think this is the way to go. So what's our other question?
And our friend Slap Your Mama.
Slap Your Mama.
Wants to know, even though you did, basically scrambled eggs here, would it also work with a fried egg?
Yeah, I mean, this is sort of like, I guess this would be a cross between a fried egg and a scrambled egg. Because scrambled eggs, you want to I would do in a round pan, and I would want to always keep moving them and fluffing them up so they get really nice and fluffy. These I don't care about being so fluffy. I just kind of want them lay flat, then fold them if I do my job right. And I think I did because I'm sweating. Okay, got to remember, I've got this aioli that I made. I'm going to put them on top of the sandwiches. So I hope that answered your question. It's sort of this is sort of a cross between a scrambled egg and a fried egg. But I prefer for these sandwiches this method of a fried egg. So we're just going to drizzle some of that on there. Whoops. And these sandwiches are done. So we've got 2 in the hole, 1 to come. And that's probably ready already. Because this thing is sizzling hot, hot, hot. These are great questions. I really appreciate it, guys.
Can you handle one more?
One more question? Absolutely.
Or 2?
I can handle one more question.
One more. All right.
Do I hear one more question?
Here's one more question.
Okay. This one actually is more scrambled than fried. It's all right. It's still going to go down great. Ooh, that is really hot, but it's going to be so freaking good. Okay, one thing I just learned is maybe put a little Pam on the towel because the bacon is sticking to the towel. So I'm learning as I go along as well in life, which we all hopefully are doing as well. Wow, did I just get deep?
Just got really deep in here.
Just got deep. All right, so drizzle a little bit more of this, and we've got 3 bacon, egg, and cheese, and I suspect that we're going to have some awesome home fries ready as well. So those are ready. Okay, let's take our remaining. Oh, what's the question, by the way?
All
Sorry.
Right. Camille M wants to know, what about toasting the bread? Would you recommend that?
Yeah, actually, that's a great question. Normally, I would toast the bread if it wasn't so fresh, but this is really fresh bread. It doesn't need to be toasted, and actually the way they do it in New York, because the rolls are really fresh, made daily, is that they're just cut, and you throw the ingredients on there. But you can toast them if you want to get a little more crunch to it. I prefer not to. Again, it's a preference. Okay, so where's my spoon? Lily, are you ready to eat?
Oh, I am more than ready.
Let me show you guys what we got on camera. A few of those potatoes have gotten a little dark and crunchy, but that's all right. I like it like that. Okay, why don't you come up here?
Okay.
And let's eat a little food.
Yes.
Woohoo, that is hot. All right.
So excited.
To pick your sandwich.
Okay.
Whichever one you want. These are really, really, really hot. These, actually, this is the first one, so that's probably the coolest. It's chilled out for a minute.
Okay.
So why don't you have a bite of
I'll
that?
have that one. I've burned my mouth here so many times.
Let me see. Want to blow on that a little bit? Yeah. Let me try one of these too.
All right.
Okay, guys. Here goes.
Cheers.
Moment of truth.
Ooh.
Oh my God, it's hot, buddy.
Yeah, but it's good. I need a napkin. Look at that.
Let's get you a napkin. Here you go. And then we got a little bite of potato.
Yeah, but I need another bite of this first.
Okay. Oh, I like that. I guess I did a good job. So guys, there you go. Really, really simple. Awesome, awesome little breakfast treat. It is just good for any day of the week, twice on Sunday. Potatoes done really easily. A little burnt here, but that's okay. Most of them were done correctly. I really appreciate you joining us again in the room live. It's awesome having you. This is The Single Chef. Tune in next week, same time. We'll do another show.
Okay.
And also, you can follow us on 3 different things out there that you're probably familiar with. Facebook, The Single Chef. Just type in The Single Chef. On Twitter, we're at The Single Chef. And on iTunes, That's right, you guessed it, The Single Chef, on the iTunes Store under podcasts. And you can watch all the shows for free. Learn how to cook, guys, because we don't be single forever, right? All right, that's our show. See you next time. Thanks a lot.
Have a good night.